Hello everyone, this is my attempt at showing how to tie a shoe, an online course with reflection learning theory or the Schon theory. To start off, we're going to first look at, hopefully this is working, what is reflection and self-directed principles? Well, according to Killian and Totem back in 1991, there are three parts to the self-directed or reflection principles. Obviously we have the first one, which is what influences our processing? Why do we want to do this? What goals do we want to set for that? Is it essential for us to do it? Do we have value in it? What are our outcomes, expectations with this? In other words, what's his motivation? Why do I want to do this? Then we have the reflection that occurs during the process, which we would call the action. And during this time, we're looking at self-instruction, we're looking at strategies, we're looking at attention focusing, and we're self-observing, self-recording what's going on, and also experimenting. And then we have the reflection that occurs afterwards, or what was the performance like? How was the processing? That involves judgment, evaluation of what we've done, and then our reaction to that. Are we satisfied with what we did? Or are we not satisfied? And if we're not satisfied, do we become very, what I would call, defensive about it? Let's move on. Beforehand, first it had the students check out the link on that history. Be sure to check out the 70s, 80s, 90s, and look at the tabs that are at the top. And then they would respond to the questions with either journals, video, podcast, or something that may be approved by the instructor. If they come up with something that's even more effective, I am all for it. But the question we'd like them to answer is, what is the importance of footwear or shoes in history? And why would it be important to be able to tie shoes? What in preparation for it? What are the benefits? What are the possible obstacles to tying shoes? And what steps would you take so that you're able to tie your shoes? Suppose you're already tying your shoes. There may be some that have that capability. In that case, they should respond to, how did you learn to tie them? What obstacles did you have when learning to tie them? And how did you overcome any of those obstacles? What are some methods of tying shoes? I'd like them to look at the videos. I'm not going to play them right now, but please look at the videos. And after viewing the videos, why were the people successful at tying their shoes? Which method was best? And why? And would you be using any of those methods that were shown in the video? Why would you, and why wouldn't you? Then we come to the second part, or the action doing. And the students will demonstrate tying a shoe by one of the following methods. If they're working with a partner, which could happen online, they could use Skype, where one demonstrates to the other one tying a shoe, and then the other one demonstrates back. Or they can create their own individual video tying the shoe, or in a sort of like screencast, except you'd have trouble showing the screen. You can take pictures and then put it on the screen and have a sequence showing tying a shoe. And the ones that already know how to tie a shoe, they would also be doing this activity as well. And then the students should monitor activity, record their thoughts as they're doing it, and that may include problems they have while doing it, or and also definitely include the successes that they're having while doing it. Then we have reflection afterwards. And I'm sorry, reflection is not in the screen at the present time, but they're going to view the podcast or video and reflect on, were they able to tie the shoe? Were they successful? If they were successful, why were they successful? Why weren't they successful? What would they try differently? What would you recommend to someone else that's learning to tie the shoes? And then I'd also like them to look at another student's effort and constructively answer the prompts. Was the person able to tie the shoe? What would you try differently than they did? And what would you recommend to them? And then finally, my last question for them to respond to would be, how would you teach someone to tie their shoe? I hope you enjoy that little sequence, and I really enjoyed doing this, even though it took me longer than I thought it would. I really enjoyed the process and going through it. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.